Officials debated the White House push to declassify documents amid the Trump campaign to sow election mistrust, sources say. Trump administration officials have intensely debated the White House push to declassify certain documents related to the alleged foreign interference in U.S. elections, a move many see as part of the push by President Donald Trump to sow mistrust in the system and undercut his 2020 loss, according to three sources familiar with the matter. The declassification process is being run in part by the President Intelligence Advisory Board, led by former House Intelligence Committee Chairman Devin Nunes, sources said. Nunes is working with Kurt Olsen, the White House official who is spearheading broader effort to try to reinvestigate election result in 2020 and examine possible interference by foreign advisories. John Solomon, a political commentator and journalist, also joined the White House last month to help review and declassify documents. Agencies involved in the process insisted they are working closely together. And ONDI official told CNN that Bill Pult, a former housing official recently named as the acting director of national intelligence, have been closely coordinating with CIA Director John Ratcliffe on declassifying material ahead of Trump's speech. A CIA spokesperson said Ratcliffe had been forward leaning in support of the president's transparency effort with acting director Put. CNN's reached out to the White House for comment. The Trump is scheduled to deliver a prime time address Thursday night on foreign effort to influence elections. The substance of Trump's speech have been closely held, and advisors have intensely debated what should be included, according to people familiar with the plans. Olson have been given access to information from National Security Agency and CIA systems related to the 2020 election, CNN has previously reported. He had been heavily involved behind the scenes in the declassification discussions and planning leading up to Trump's address. CIA and NSA officials have been wary of Olsen's intentions since he was first brought into the Trump administration. Both agencies have provided information about 2020 to Olsen, sources have told CNN, but so far his scope has been limited to that election. Alongside Trump's speech, the White House have been weighing whether to release the cache of the document related to, among other topics, China and its role in U.S. elections. People familiar with the matter said the prospect of declassifying certain information related to the Venezuela and China's alleged election interference effort was among the topics that officials debated. During his short tenure as acting DNI, Tuput has had his head down, focused on declassifications, one U.S. official said. Trump gave Put the mandate to declassify intelligence that Trump claims would validate his long-time and baseless claims that foreign advisories interfered in 2020 election, tipping the scale in favor of the Joe Biden. The White House have granted Put authority to unit unilaterally declassifying information without approval from or consulting with other U.S. intelligence agencies, including CIA. Multiple sources told the CNN. Intelligence agencies and the FBI have spent weeks working to prepare documents related to the U.S. election systems and possible vulnerabilities that have been long known. Many of the documents many of the documents are based on intelligence gathered by the National Security Agency, including intercept that show that China, Russia, and other adversaries have sought to collect information on U.S. voters and voting systems. Not all administration officials are on board with the effort. Some worry declassifying wide swaths of information could provide a muddled picture of American voting security and undermine confidence in the elections, and others fear the information could risk jeopardizing intelligence collection method. None of the documents gathered are expected to show any indication that breaches compromised the result of elections. To carry out any actual impact on voting result, advisories would need an army of operatives to physically access machines and make changes according to people familiar with the intelligence. That hasn't happened. In 2021, an intelligence report released by the ODNI, at the time led by the Radcliffe, concluded that we have no indication that any foreign actor attempted to alter any technical aspect of the voting process in the 2020 election, including voter registrations, casting ballot, both tabulation or reporting result. Intelligence agencies have said China obtained the U.S. voter record. Some of the same records are available publicly for sale to candidates running campaigns. But the same ONDI report said that China did not deploy interference effort and considered but did not deploy influence effort intended to change the outcome of the U.S. presidential election. Ahead of Trump's Thursday night speech draft prepared for the uh, president focused on vulnerabilities in the voting systems, not that any election was hacked, sources said. Radcliffe and FBI Director Kash Patel are expected to attend the speech. Patel in recent weeks have ordered the FBI to surge personnel to investigate claims of voting irregularities in Georgia and other states. But instead, inside the FBI, some officials are concerned that the evidence to support opening investigation is thin and mostly rely on reports provided by Olson and other Trump allies who have been making the same fraud claims since 2020. Audit conducted in Georgia and other states haven't supported claims of fraud sufficient to have changed the election result. When the president delivers his remarks Thursday night, several state election officials, including from the 2020 battleground states that are the chief target of Trump ire, will be attending a dinner at Mount Rushmore as part of the annual summer conference for the National Association of Secretary of State. Some worry that Trump might sow doubt about future elections. Attendees of the conference shared theories of what he might allege while game planning how they might respond. We are very nervous because we do not know what he's going to say, Washington Secretary of State Steve hopes, a Democrat who will take over the NASS president at the end of the week, told CNN. I mean, we can assume that he's gonna say certain crazy things. Iowa Secretary of State Paul Pate, the Republican, told CNN he hoped to turn out the speech while at the dinner, but added, "We're getting into a window where I have to caution people who want any kind of major changes in the election process. I think it causes more problems. This developing story has been updated." CNN's Abigail Rhoda Shamer contributed to this report.